Greetings, programs. I'm not me, or at least a clone of their voice, and welcome to the second episode of the Final Contingency. As you've heard, this episode begins with an advancement in our weaponry. These blue lasers are more powerful than our red lasers, while not being significantly more energy intensive. Following this development, the Physics Division will focus on improving conditions for our orbital laboratories. Another Explorer-class science ship has been built at Holding Station. The vessel, named the Knots Night Fortress, requires a commanding officer like the others, and Tracker has been given the authority to promote from within. After careful deliberation, they have chosen a Discovery Division scientist named Arapoid. Incredibly young and known for their creative thinking, Arapoid also has a reputation for being the most optimistic unit in the division regarding alien life. They firmly believe that extraterrestrial life will be a positive force for the Tradiarchs, and are eager to discover it. Upon being assigned to the ship, the Night Fortress is ordered to move to the Bergra system to assist Tracker's crew, who are also en route. The Knots Vitality has arrived in the Bergra system, which is home to a dangerous neutron star at its center. The data collected from an orbiting laboratory here will sustain the Physics Division for years to come. While the survey crew gets to work, Tracker begins formulating a plan. The new Explorer-class ships are better suited for surveys than the Vitality, and while they could petition Holding to construct a new vessel, Tracker doesn't want the Vitality to go to waste. Thus, while the Night Fortress and Arapoid will take over the Vitality's place in the expedition, the older science ship will shift its focus to non-survey duties. As part of this, witnessing the neutron star has inspired Tracker's first mission, a stellar survey. The Vitality will backtrack and analyze several different types of stars to gain a deeper understanding of their unique characteristics. While this may sound dull to you and me, Discovery Division scientists are strange like that. There is troubling news from the Galactic East. Communication with the Knots round-engine racer ship has been lost. One can only hope they are safe. That's right, people of the internet, we have encountered the first ever alien creatures that are on a similar technological level as us, and it wasn't pretty. When the Round Engine entered the Hauer system to conduct a routine survey, they detected 3 alien ships near the center of the system. When Bracer's ship attempted to communicate with them, the ships flew toward them and powered up their weapons, a sure sign of hostilities. Bracer made sure a scan of one of the ships was fully completed before jumping out of the system. While certainly valuable to us, as it will allow us to understand our would-be enemies, it was also incredibly dangerous, as the ship left the system with seconds to spare. Fortunately, the ships didn't follow the Round Engine out of the system, so it can be assumed they either don't have hyperdrives or are only interested in keeping ships out of their system. For now, Bracer and the Round Engine will survey the surrounding systems with strict orders to retreat if more hostile alien ships are sighted. Debate among Holding and the public rages as to what should be done about the ships. Some claim that this might have been a misunderstanding, and that trying to understand them will likely reveal what caused this. Others say that the ship's hostility was clearly unwarranted, and that a military force should be deployed to keep the ships from leaving their system, or to destroy them if necessary. For now, Holding will pursue a middle road. A team of analysts from the Discovery Division has been tasked with using the data from the Round Engine's scan and deep space probes to understand the aliens, who have been given the codename Chi aliens. Along with that, Asset Protection's main fleet, called the Synchron Machine Fleet, will be reinforced to deal with any potential threat from the ships. Since there is a lot of debate among the shareholders about what to do with the aliens, Andromeda and the corporate board have decided to call for a shareholder meeting. These have to be done every 10 years, but a combination of the CEO and a vote among the council can trigger one early. When all the shareholders, of which there are millions, connected to the virtual meeting, the early chaos and arguing eventually led to 3 proposals for the corporation, of which the corporation was legally obligated to accept and pursue one. The first is for Holding to invest in new orbitals and expand the living space for Tradiarchs. with the idea of increasing the population, boosting income, and helping Holding protect against the Chi aliens. The second proposal is to expand Holding's territory into new space and build new stations for resource extraction and trade. This will also boost income and assist in any potential fight with the aliens. The third is to invest in more power generation aboard the various orbitals in the Sun system, which will help expand domestic production beyond what is currently possible, also aiding in the fight. After lengthy debate among Holding's executives, the corporation officially accepted the second proposal and will attempt to expand orbital mining. Now, all that's left is to actually accomplish this. It seems like everything is happening at once. On board the Knott's Night Fortress in the Junha system, during what was an average system survey, an object exited a hyperlane into the system. Initially mistaken for some kind of asteroid by Arapoid's crew, this was corrected once energy signatures and engine exhaust were detected. This is another ship, although its exterior is entirely made of rock. While Arapoid's crew and the leaders of Holding pleaded with them to immediately leave the system, the alien ship's seeming disinterest in the Night Fortress caused Arapoid to order the ship to scan it. When the ship entered the system, it headed straight toward a planet and began emitting various energies toward it. After the scan of the ship was completed, it was discovered that not only was the energy the ship was emitting extremely similar to the scanning fields emitted by their own ship, but they also didn't have any weapons. Arapoid and their crew are convinced that they have encountered an alien science ship. While their ship remains in the Junha system to continue studying the aliens, another team in the Discovery Division has begun trying to understand the ship. This time we are quite excited as these aliens don't seem to want to kill us immediately, which is a big step up. In an effort to keep the public invested in exploration, the Discovery Division has begun a new initiative. Spearheaded by Arapoid, a focus on surveying habitable worlds and the life on them has been announced. The hope is that this will reignite the public's optimism regarding alien life. As the Knott's Vitality entered the Helm system, they noticed two unusual things on their sensors. Most of the planetary bodies in the system had debris fields, with the largest centered around the system's sun. Among the wreckage was a large chunk of metal vaguely resembling some sort of station. Initial scans indicated that the metal found in the fields was both very ancient and very advanced, although now useless after being bombarded with space radiation for so long. The second anomaly was that the only habitable planet in the system, Sleef Gabi, had an unusual coloration. A ring of yellowish-orange surrounded the entire planet. While this might just be a unique atmospheric reaction to sunlight, energy readings from the planet suggest it is something more. Not only that, but scans are struggling to penetrate this ring to get a clear look at the surface, which is notable given that our scanners are quite powerful. Whether all this debris and the unusual planetary features can be traced back to the creators, the Cybrex, the Chi aliens, or none of them, Tracker is determined to figure it out. The team investigating the Junha aliens, the nice ones, has made a breakthrough. Some of the signals coming from the ship have been determined to be for communication. With this development, the team can begin intercepting these signals, deciphering the language these aliens use, and even attempting to contact them. One step closer to first contact. Big news. The survey of Sleef Gabi has revealed the existence of another alien race. This one is seemingly less advanced than us, with images taken from orbit showing stone castles and a mostly farming-based economy. I say seemingly because on the surface of the planet, a hyper-advanced facility has been discovered. Its purpose can be seen above the planet's atmosphere, as the colorful barrier around the planet has been determined to be some sort of energy shield. The facility on the planet is apparently an automated planet-shielding energy projector, which is quite a discovery. The technology to shield an entire planet is far beyond us and almost certainly beyond a civilization that has only just mastered metallurgy. The only guess our scientists can make is that an advanced ancient civilization once lived in this system, but some kind of battle led to all infrastructure outside of Sleef Gabi being destroyed, with the only thing protecting them being the shield generator. Over time, this civilization could have declined, leading to the loss of knowledge about their advanced technology. Now, they live in a feudal society, ignorant of their previous achievements. As far as their society goes, the survey team has seen indications that it is fairly conservative, which isn't too surprising given their history. What is surprising is that they are very peaceful, with wars being a rarity on the planet. Perhaps they somehow remember the disaster that left them stranded and wish to avoid anything similar. Either way, this is another alien race that doesn't want to kill us, though they wouldn't exactly be a threat if they did. We will leave these aliens alone, for now. The team studying the Chi aliens has made a breakthrough. Initial theories about them being controlled by an AI have turned out to be true. The ships are fully mechanical, with no crew on board and piloted by an AI. Based on their design, it can be deduced that they were originally built for industrial purposes, with the laser they use to attack being best suited for mining. In summary, they're not killbots, they just have strict defensive protocols. The Night Fortress has discovered another primitive civilization. In the Delagan system, on the savannah world of Basteron, another pre-space civilization exists. This one seems even less advanced and more aggressive, having only recently mastered metalworking and almost constantly engaging in wars. Less impressive than the other primitives, to be sure, but they're also closer to the Chai aliens, so interaction between them could be on the table. Apparently this episode is just aliens, and more aliens. Another sign of alien life has been detected. Even for Discovery, who celebrate these findings like a holiday, this is a lot of aliens all at once. This time, scientists on the Sun habitat have detected signals coming from outside explored space. A new team has been formed and is hard at work deciphering the language of the newly named Mu aliens. The Sociology Division has made a notable development. Among its members, a few specialize in military theory, and it is those individuals who have come to the leaders of asset protection with some recommendations. While Tradiarch society has never exactly been peaceful, it has almost never required armies or large-scale military campaigns. Due to this, infrastructure and planning for military operations, especially for ground forces, are, at best, simplistic. While there is no immediate threat of alien invasion, the experts believe it is better for asset protection to start moving in the right direction. These suggestions, collectively nicknamed exoplanet campaigns, have greatly increased our ability to marshal troops in case of an emergency, which might come in handy sooner rather than later. Speaking of new tech, the engineering division has made its own advancement. Up until now, our ships have relied on fission reactors for power generation. Now, they can and will use fusion reactors instead. While the difference between fission and fusion involves a lot of complicated science beyond me and likely you. In short, fission reactors generate enough nuclear waste that ships must have specialized procedures and storage to prevent irradiating the crew, whereas fusion does not. Obviously, this will be a big boon for our vessels, both civilian and military. A new strategic resource has been discovered, though comparing it to others is a challenge. While surveying the system of Ihala, the last of the systems bordering the Hauer system, where the aggressive robots are, the Knots Night Fortress and Bracer found an anomaly unlike any other. In the outer region of the system, there is a section of space that confused sensors and nearly crashed the navigation computer. Any attempt to send matter or energy into the space, such as by scanning it, results in inconsistent response times, and the material inside the space is unrecognizable. Currently, the only theory Bracer and their crew have about this space, now named an astral scar, is that it is a fold in space and time, leaking matter from another dimension, or dimensions. Theoretically, we could collect the exotic matter leaking from the scar, but any vessel entering the space around it rapidly warps and deteriorates. So, just like with Philippium, we will leave it alone for now until we can develop a method of extraction. The constant expansion and investment into R&D has gotten Robbot, COO and head of corporate representation, rather concerned. While expansion into new space has the potential to increase profits, it is also expensive and could easily bankrupt Holding before they reap the potential rewards. To help prevent this, they have a plan. But after that, we will leave off. So, be sure to tune in next time for another episode of The Final Contingency. Thank you very much, and goodbye.
Wow.